Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Flo, and today I am going to talk about March is Bisexual Mental Health Month. Now, for those who don't know, March is Bisexual Mental Health Awareness Month, and this is the fifth one they've done. And I want to talk more about my mental health as a bisexual person and how it's affected me and how I've overcame it. Now, first of all, I'm going to talk more about my journey, a little bit of a reminder for those of you who don't know. I first came out as bisexual at 13 when I was in high school, and I mainly came out to friends at school, people I knew at school, and one of the main things I learned in school, that if you tell one person one thing, the next day everybody knows, and I wish that didn't happen, because it can suck, because coming out is a very personal thing, and obviously outing someone can be a very bad thing, because it could put their safety in jeopardy, because you don't know the person's situation. But yeah, I came out at 13, and most of the people I knew were very accepting, most of my friends were accepting. Obviously I had the odd person come up to me who said the bullshit of oh, you're not actually bisexual, you're gay, or how can you be bisexual if you never tried it with a guy or whatever, but I just ignored them and put them to one side. Back then when I was 13, it was 2008, and I didn't know much about LGBTQ plus issues, anything like that, so I felt really alone for a while until I went to college and I met other LGBTQ plus people, especially bisexual people. That helped me, because it meant that I knew I wasn't the only one out there, and that I knew someone who knew how I felt. It took me about 4 years until I turned 17. That's when I told family members about it, and I told them that I'm bisexual. It took me 4 years to come out to my family, because I was that scared to come out, and it was very scary. But they are very accepting, so that's a good thing. Now with my label of bisexual, it's not the typical bisexual label you might think, well, the definition of it. Because usually when you think of bisexual, you tend to think of someone who is attracted to boys and girls. But I came out as non-binary in 2016, and somebody obviously asked me how can you be bisexual and like boys and girls if you're not a boy or a girl? And so there were many other labels out there other than gay or straight. There's pansexual, there's queer, omnisexual is another one that I've heard. But one of the things I've tend to realise is that you can slightly change the definition of your labels. Something that I've heard recently is the labels don't define you, you define the labels, and that is something that I absolutely love to hear. And that it made me smile when I heard it, because the definition of bisexual I tend to go with is I'm someone who's attracted to more than one gender. I can be attracted to boys, I can be attracted to girls, trans people, non-binary, gender fluid to people. I'm attracted to more than one gender. But also, sexuality-wise, I tend to flux between the labels queer and bisexual. The main thing I've struggled with as a bisexual person is the biphobia and the bi-erasure. And that is something that really affected me, especially my first few years of coming out as bisexual. Like I mentioned earlier, I got slightly bullied for being bisexual when I was at school, oh, you're actually gay, oh, bisexuality doesn't exist. This took, my 13-year-old self, probably 13 to 18, I let that get to me. It had a massive toll on my mental health, and it made me hate for being bisexual. And some of my friends would just call me gay, and I would be like, well, I'm bisexual. Oh, but we're just gonna call you gay. But for me, that hurt me, Like, I don't have anything wrong with gay people, don't get me wrong, but it's when I got called something I'm not. Like, when they'd said to me, oh, you're gay, not bisexual. And that hurt me, and I let that get to me at the time. And it really affected my mental health, and for a very long time I wasn't proud of who I was. That one part of me, I didn't like it. And my mental health got bad that I went into counselling. It got to the point when I realised that it got to the point when I'm the only person who knows who I really am, and I actually realised I am bisexual. I'm the only person who knows this, and I think from the age of 20 onwards I've been pretty happy as being a bisexual person. So pretty much now I can ignore the biphobia and the bi-erasure and like not let it get to me, but obviously it sadly still exists, and it's something that sadly still needs dealing with. If you know someone who's bisexual, pansexual, queer, whatever, if you want to be a great ally and support them, number one, just accept them for who they are. Like, that goes for anyone, just accept them for who they are. You don't know who they really are, they know that. If they say they're bisexual, they're bisexual. If they're pansexual, they're pansexual. Just respect who they are. Another thing is, like, a lot of people still tend to say that bisexual doesn't exist. Even though I've seen studies where out of lesbian, gays and bisexuals, out of the LGBT population, bisexuals make up half of them. So, believe we exist. Find ways to help represent us. Like, as an ally, you can help lift us. The fact is, yeah, with believing we exist, it isn't just gay or straight. It's never just being gay or straight. I once had someone said to me, oh, I preferred it when it was just gay or straight. It's never just been gay or straight. We've always been here, but sadly people have just pushed it to one side, and now today we're still fighting back. And another one, accept our labels. Like I've just said before, don't question our labels. If that's the label we're happy with, accept it and love us. And I think also accept the definition of our labels as well. Like, just accept us for who we are. So accept who we are, believe we exist, call people out on their biphobia and bi-erasure. If you see someone say something hateful towards bi people, pansexual people, call them out on it and saying, you know, if you hear someone say something bad about a bi person when that bi person isn't there, still call them out on it. Like, don't do it when they're there. Like, if you know someone is bi plus, do your best to support them. They're gonna need someone to talk to if they ever get down. By all means, stand up for us, please. And that's all I've got time for this video, guys. By all means, if you enjoyed it, go check out all my other videos, and by all means, I'll see you all later. Bye.